The Super Media Bros podcast is a founding member of the OddPods Media Network.
WWF superstars compete in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, okay.
The WWF Championship.
Let's go.
Including Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh, fuck
the
yeah.
Barbarian. The model Rick Martel.
Ooh.
The Berserker.
Who?
Okay.
Rowdy Roddy.
Yeah.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Fucking A.
Nasty Boy Sags. Repo Man.
Fuck yeah.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Okay.
That's Real World Champion Ric Flair.
Woo!
Hercules. Colonel Mustafa.
What?
The Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yes.
Skinner. The British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith.
Okay.
The $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase.
Classics.
Haku. Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
The Warlord.
What?
El Matador.
What?
Sid Justice.
Okay.
IRS.
All right.
Nikolai Volkov. The
You're
Texas
old. Who the
Tornado.
fuck is that?
Virgil, like, why the fuck you naming people that ain't gonna win, Vince?
The Big Boss Man. Greg the Hammer Valentine. Superfly Snuka.
Oh.
And the immortal Hulk Hogan.
I know that one.
I do too.
It's time to rumble! It's time for the Royal Rumble! Super Media Bros.
Dude, all those fucking names just brought me way, way back.
I don't know how to tell you this. I think I'm too young, because there were a couple of names on there that I aside from this pay-per-view, I don't know.
Oof.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Welcome to episode 209 of the Super Media Bros podcast. I'm Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm special baby delivery dev.
That's right. Delivering a baby right here on the podcast.
Fucking good luck.
If you haven't figured it out yet, we're talking about the World Wrestling Federation, yes, the WWF Royal Rumble from 1992.
I had heard that, like, because I was researching this pay-per-view, because I had seen it before, but I was doing, like, actual research on it before the show.
Right.
There were apparently broadcasts where, like, they kept slipping and saying WWF. Like, they had to, like, edit everything because they kept fucking up.
Well, what was hilarious is if you watch it on the network, you can see where whoever was editing it just stopped giving a fuck. Because they were like, WW Royal Rumble. They could say World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah.
Later on, like, probably like 2 hours into the broadcast, they just stopped fucking editing it out. They were just like, well, you know what? If we edit just enough to where if the World Wildlife Fund is just like, hey, we need y'all to listen to this and just make sure. You know Vince in there cutting corners like, just do it for an hour.
Which is fucked up because you would think NBC would have, like, fuck you money to, like, pay their interns or whatever the fuck.
I don't know, dude. Have you seen the World Wildlife Fund logo now with the big panda bear with the steel chair? They're going to fuck you up.
That's true.
Fuck them up.
Hey, you want to know something, though? Talking about editing and everything and, like, changing the fucking name and shit. How funny was it whenever Ric Flair won and Jack Tunney fucking forgot the event name?
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
He was like, I forget how he said it. It was something like, and you got to keep in mind, there are posters everywhere that says Royal Rumble. And my man goes, and the winner of this event.
God damn it.
Fuck.
Fucking Jack Tunney just did not work. I fucking hated that motherfucker.
See, again, this is where my age comes because it's like revisionist history. So I saw like the highlights, you know, but I didn't see him consecutively week to week and shit.
Gorilla Monsoon was a better World Wrestling Federation president.
Okay, but like, it's Gorilla Monsoon. Come on.
You right. Let's get into the event. So speaking of Gorilla Monsoon, the classic commentary team of him and Bobby Heenan.
Dude, Bobby was on his A game on this show. Like he always was, but goddamn.
I mean, true enough. And considering the fact that this event has been around for decades, dude, like fucking, this is by far probably the greatest Royal Rumble match ever, considered by very many to be.
It's my personal favorite, which is hysterical because whenever you said that we were going to review this, I was like, oh, fucking A, like this is going to be fucking awesome, you know?
Right?
And I go to watch it right out of the gate. Oh, yeah. The greatest Royal Rumble match takes place on the most mid-ass fucking Royal Rumble pay-per-view of all time. Like, that was the... If it weren't for that match, which, to be fair, was half of the entire event, good fucking Lord. And then after I saw Owen and I started watching it and everything, I was like, well, obviously at first, Owen.
Right.
And then I see him and then I'm like, I forgot you were a little pudgy at one point.
Yeah, he still had the brand new baby fat and everything, and like he was teaming with Jim.
Yeah.
Like the first, so like the first match that was the dark match, obviously is a dark match for a reason because it was the fucking Brooklyn Brawler. Some fucking Chris Walker beat his ass before the event started. And then we get the New Foundation versus the Orient Express. Now, I have to say this because I think it's funny as shit. Fuji always came out with like, is it just me? Or did he always just come out with some random tag team that was like, oh, these guys are from Japan?
Yeah.
And it was just the most random people they would put together. Like, this was Pat Tanaka and Kato. Just throw some fuckers under a mask.
Yeah. I mean... It's still not as bad as at the first WrestleMania when Old Boy's mask was on crooked in the first fucking promo. Dude, whenever I first, this goes back and shows you like when this was and everything. Whenever the WWE Network first came out, I was like, dude, I want to watch all of the WrestleManias like in order, you know, like see how long it takes me, obviously, because at the time I was like, fuck it, it's summer. I'm on break. I don't give a shit.
Isn't it crazy, like, if you watch them back to back, how much shit changes in a year in that company?
Dude, not only that, but the first fucking promo, the fucking mask is on sideways. I'm like, oh yeah, this was back then.
Yeah. This is before Shockmaster.
Yeah,
So let's get into the first opening match. Fucking New Foundation versus the Orient Express. Jim Neidhart running out there, obviously, just did a rail of blow off of some bathroom stall in the back. I'm pretty sure he did, at least. Owen Hart, though, this is pre-high energy, which I think is funny that he kept the same gear.
Which was god-awful, by the way.
Like, I mean, peak 90s, mind you, but...
Yeah, I know, but...
It's still funny to me because I feel like one day, Jim Neidhart was like, I gotta keep up with Owen. I gotta go get a tan. This motherfucker came back and was Coco Beware. And Vince McMahon was just like, well, you're going to have a parrot and you're going to be high energy. And Jim Neidhart was never seen again until like King of the Ring 94. I just remember he was just not there for a little while. And he was just like, oh, I'm back.
God, fuck, dude. The tan was a little not good. It wasn't good.
No, I really think that was like him, because Jim was like beat red in almost every fucking match that he was in. And that's not to disparage Jim. He was just an intense motherfucker, dude.
Right, yeah.
But like, no, it was so weird that like Owen kept the same gear whenever he started tagging with Coco. Because I was like, bro, is it just me or did Coco Beware already have something similar? Like in his fashion.
Right, yeah. It's almost like Owen might have known? Like, is there any record of him knowing, like, an absurd amount of time ahead that he was going to be in that tag team?
Dude, it's fucking wild because they debuted as a tag team that February, like, after this event.
Yeah, he probably knew then.
And I bet Jim was thankful as shit to get out of those pants.
Yeah.
Because he's like, motherfucker, it's like pajamas and shit. But anyway, like they wrestle the Orient Express, and Owen does some really cool shit in this match.
Oh yeah, because that's the thing. Like I was making fun of like his weight and everything, but then I saw him actually moving, and I was like, "That's the Owen Hart that I know." Okay.
Right. And it's not even that. Like when we say we're making fun of his weight, it's not even like, oh, you're fat. No, nothing like that.
No,
the dude
was
was stocky.
bulky.
Yeah, he was stocky, dude. And it was like, I forgot how much of a big deal it was when he came to the States and started doing that, because he was doing shit like that in Canadian fucking Stampede Wrestling.
But that's the thing though, is like whenever I think of Owen Hart, I think of that. I think of like, I don't want to say the runt, but that's what he was in the Hart family.
He was the baby.
Yeah, so seeing him bulked up like that, it took me out for a split second. I was like, holy shit.
He looked good, though, man. And I mean,
oh, yeah.
This was the longest.
He's in better shape than I am. Shit.
Yeah. Dude, this is the longest match on the card. Like, not the Rumble match, but like, this is the long. Yeah, it was like 17 minutes, 18 seconds.
Wow.
And I mean, think about it this way. We had 3 tag matches on the undercard. 3.
And then a 4 to 5 match card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a New Foundation wins this match, obviously, but goddamn. The next match on the card was Roddy Piper and the Mountie for the IC title. And that was like a 5-minute and 22-second match.
Yeah. Pretty much the same amount of time that Piper had the belt. How crazy is it? You know, like, I know that this is a known fact, but I always think about it every time I see him. How crazy is it that Piper, that was pretty much his only singles run with any form of strap, and he never had the title? You know, like that
blows my mind.
That factoid is spit out like all the time, so it's one of those things that you know about, but it's still like, holy fuck. Because I in my mind, I'm like, oh no, he was an IC guy for a while though. No, he had it like once for 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, like a couple months even. Like,
was it a couple months?
Yeah, because him and Brett wrestled at WrestleMania 8, which we'll be talking about in April.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's so wild, though, because it really makes you sit and think, all these great wrestlers that came through this company that they either never had a singles title or the big one.
It makes me wonder about, like, I hate to even call it my generation, but, like, the guys of 2015 on up, you know. Well, no, that would probably be like...
That's like my son's generation.
Yeah, I was about to say
you are more like late 90s, mid 2000s.
Yeah, but like your son's generation, like how will people remember Ziggler, for example? Even though he had championships, he was heavyweight champion. He was never treated as the guy.
No, and that's another thing that I think is unfortunate is people like Ziggler and Balor. Both of them got fucked out of a potentially good run with a world championship.
Balor, I will speak praise about every day, all day. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Huge mark for the guy.
Yeah, and then Ziggler knows how to make people look good.
Oh, absolutely.
Real good.
And that's the thing is like, you know, everybody wants to talk about, yeah, but without the mid card, you know, the main event guys don't look like this, blah, 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 blah. I totally get it. And from a marketing standpoint, I understand, you know, but it's still like 10 years from now, how will we look at some of these guys? Like your boy, Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. 10 years from now, will people remember?
I think people do remember, and it's been 10 years.
Holy fuck.
Think about it that way.
The Eve Torres, John Cena storyline and everything, like, that's been a while now. When was he thrown off the ramp in the wheelchair?
10 years ago this month.
No shit.
So think about it like this. It's been 10 years since then. Matt Cardona is the fucking reason that WWE has like an internet presence right now. He was using social media before anybody was really making use of it. This goes all the way back to the mid-card talk. The fact that, and I'm bringing it back around to this pay-per-view.
Yeah, because we can have this conversation all day long.
Right. Like, the fact that they didn't think Piper was good enough to have the big one, but they were going to, like, put him on mid-card.
Yeah.
And the story going into this match is that Bret Hart lost the belt to the Mountie the night before at a house show because he was wrestling with a 104-degree fever. I want to say he had, like, strep or something. Real bad. He was real sick, like legitimately sick.
He didn't wrestle it with 113.
Fucking Bobby. If you did that, you'd be dead.
I fucking love him so much.
I know. But anyway, so it's him and the Mountie. And he beats him by submission. Doesn't he put him out with the sleeper hold?
I think so, yeah.
That's the funny thing. He beats him in such a short amount of time. And I mean, it was kind of a nothing match, really. It was really kind of Piper going out there to beat his ass because he beat Bret.
Yeah. Which, I mean, on paper makes Piper look like $1 million.
Sure.
But it's still like, good lord, you want a little more? You know?
Yeah. Like, you would think for a singles title, they would have gotten the time.
Right.
Because the match after this, this is what blows my mind. I'm going to throw these out there before we get into these two matches. The opening match is 17 minutes and 18 seconds.
Okay.
The first championship match is 5 minutes and 22 seconds. This next tag match is 14 minutes and 56 seconds, almost 15 minutes long. The tag team championship match after this is barely 10 minutes. It's 9 minutes and 24 seconds. Why are your championship matches getting less time than bullshit matches?
Yeah, because, like, it's almost like they flip-flopped.
Why the fuck are the Beverly Brothers and the Bushwhackers getting more time than the fucking Legion of Doom and the Natural Disasters, bro?
Dude, I try to be respectful with matches of all kinds.
Sure.
Especially the classics.
Sure.
But I was watching this, I was like, okay.
Dude, you've seen one Bushwhacker match, you've seen them all. I'm sorry. And the fucked up part is when the Bushwhackers are not or were not the Bushwhackers in this company, they were some violent motherfuckers in the other companies. Like, I remember picking up a wrestling magazine at the K&B drugstore down here whenever I was like 10. And I was looking at, like, this was the magazine. I was 11. This was the magazine that had Lawler and fucking Tommy Dreamer photos from the ECW match they had. When Sonny had accompanied Lawler to the ring and they were doing that whole crossover, there were pictures in the back of the Bushwhackers bloodied the fuck up in a barbed wire match. And I'm like, where are these motherfuckers at? I knew them as the goofy sons of bitches in WWE, licking everybody, giving them fucking pre-COVID.
You see the shit-eating grin on my face right now.
Yes.
You said you were 11.
Well, in 1997, I was 11.
I was fresh out the fucking womb, my dude. I was born December of 96.
I know.
So just think about that shit.
I
You
know,
were
it's
walking
funny.
around reading, and I was just like...
A crack baby.
Yeah, like I just hatched.
It's like fucking the scene in Jurassic Park when the fucking raptors just...
Yeah.
Come here, little one. God damn it.
Dude, it's fucking crazy to think about.
It really is. Because you weren't even a thought yet.
Yeah.
And the Bushwhackers were ramming each other's heads into the fucking abdomens of the Beverly Brothers. Which I think, who the fuck called I want to say the Bushwhackers had this manager, Jameson, that called them somebody called them the Beverly Sisters at one point. I thought it was kind of funny. Because for those of you out there listening that have never watched a wrestling event in their entire lives, the Beverly Brothers were this like pretty boy tag team with like purple tights and silver stars and shit on the trunks. They look fucking like, glam stars and shit. Fucking Bushwhackers were all there in camouflage pants and boots and like, the singlet straps on the top of these fucked up looking hats. And the most god-awful wind them up and let the toy go walk to the fucking ring. Like, I want to watch the Bushwhackers versus the Toxic Turtles, dude.
Oh, fuck. That would have been amazing.
Think about just the gimmicky bullshit that they would have done.
See, that would have been great because I think, like, whenever you get into that realm of comedy and wrestling, because it has to exist.
Oh, yeah. You can't do it without it. Like, I don't care what company it is. There's some level of humor.
But I think, like, if you, like, go all in with the stupidity of it, I think that would work. But it's just, like, for this match, I don't know. For some reason, it just wasn't clicking with me.
Me neither. I didn't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Beverly Brothers win, obviously, but fucking Natural Disasters and the Legion of Doom. Look, I remember back in the days of the NWA when the Road Warriors just came to the ring and stomped your asses in. Is it just me or does it feel like they kind of got held a little bit back in their fucking WWE run or WWF run?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because by all accounts, put the Natural, and I'm just saying this like spitballing, I'm booking the territory here, as they say. Put the Natural Disasters and Road Warriors together in a different company. What type of match do you think they would have had compared to this one?
I think it would have been a lot more balls to the wall, sort of just like ground and pound.
Beating the fuck out of each other. Because like when I grew up, and I'm pretty sure you probably thought this way too. Growing up, Animal was like the muscle of the group, even though Hawk was tall and would fuck you up.
Yeah, it was almost like Hawk was, in my mind, even though he was never booked this way, but in my mind, Hawk was the brains.
And Animal was like the linebacker that would just wreck your shit. And you know what I always thought was funny about their haircuts?
Huh.
They looked like if you put their haircuts together, you'd have a full head of hair.
I know.
Coincidentally, same with Typhoon and Earthquake.
Yeah, right?
Poor Tenta, dude. God damn.
My he was going through it.
Yeah,
he was like you, going bald when you were like 12.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I shaved my head. You born into that shit.
I know, my gene pool was fucking terrible. God hates me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. But John Tenta and motherfucking Fred Ottman, dude, fucking Tugboat. He goes from Tugboat to Typhoon.
To be fair, the new name is better.
It is, and I thought this team name was fucking amazing. Like, think about on paper, if you're growing up and you've never seen either of these tag teams before, the Natural Disasters versus the Legion of Doom.
That shit sounds so sick.
But this was a disqualification finish, or it was a count out. It was a count out finish because the Natural Disasters won, and it was like a 9.5 minute match, and it's like, dude, it was okay. I liked it more than the opening tag match, if we're being honest. But you know, that's also like some stock in the names that we're watching here.
Right. I mean, like I said, the program itself was just, to quote MJF, it's just mid.
Yeah, like this whole undercard was very, very mid. And that's sad to say, considering it's one of the big five.
Yeah.
Well, big four at this point, until the King of the Ring becomes like an annual thing.
Right.
But, you know, we're calling it like the big five. It's one of the big five, dude.
Yeah.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Don't let a wild pube wreck you. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and our sponsors at Manscaped are here for you with the best tools to get your balls ready for that special occasion. It's time to join the 4 million men worldwide that trust Manscaped, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming. Go to manscaped.com and use our code SUPER for 20% off, plus free shipping. The holidays went by so quickly. Did you remember to take care of your package with the best tools for the job, Devin?
No.
Well, that's unfortunate. Well, fortunately for you, the Performance Package 4.0 from Manscaped is just the thing that you could use in your life to make each and every day just a little more special.
That sounds amazing.
It is amazing. The number one product in this package is the Lawnmower 4.0. It's an electric trimmer designed to trim hair on loose skin. And get this, the trimmer's advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts and nicks on your delicate balls.
Oh, thank God.
It even has a 4000K LED spotlight so you can shave anywhere that your heart desires. Did I mention it's waterproof too, dude?
Dude, it needs to be. It's so bad.
I'd like to propose to you making your February 13th a national holiday.
Okay, I'm listening.
National Shave Your Balls Day.
Ooh. Now that's a holiday that men and women can get behind.
You know what else is in this package?
What?
The Weed Whacker.
Tell me more.
It's a nose and ear hair trimmer to whack the worst of your weeds. Even better.
Yes?
Manscaped is throwing in 2 free gifts with this.
I like free.
You should like free. These are great gifts too. It's the Shed Travel Bag and the Anti-Chafing Boxer Briefs.
No more chub rub?
No more chop rub. Now, if you want to complete this package, there are liquid formulations.
Liquid?
Yeah, like the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and the Crop Reviver Ball Toner.
Ball deodorant? Oh my God, no more musty?
No more musty, no more crusty, no more dusty.
Oh, thank fuck.
That's right, thank fuck. Because now you can start your day off with deodorant for your boys and stay cool all day and night. Bro, your balls are going to be smelling like a king on the big day.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Promise?
I guarantee it. And don't forget, dude, you can smell good, not just on your balls, but with the rest of your body. Because they have the refined cologne that will complement your balls with the perfect smell elsewhere.
Cologne for your balls?
Cologne for your balls and your body.
Wow.
Look, dude, Manscaped created their products for a night just like this. And it's going to make your Valentine's date say, wow, I really love your balls.
Roses are red, but my balls are not blue.
That's right. And your balls won't be blue if you go to manscaped.com and use our offer code SUPER for 20% off plus free shipping. Your wallet won't have blue balls either. Again, that is 20% off plus free shipping with our code SUPER at manscaped.com. So come on, Devin, and everybody else. Join Cupid and shoot your arrow with Manscaped this Valentine's Day. Pew!
Hi, I'm Sam.
I'm Richie.
I'm Little Matt.
And here in the 500 Section Lounge, we are three dads who host a family-friendly weekly podcast.
Yep, we laugh, we go on tangents, and we talk to great guests.
Tangents? I don't know what you're talking about with that. You know, there are gases leaking.
All right, okay.
Yeah, we have legendary conversations from sports to history and everything in between.
So be on the lookout for what we do next.
And always be there to
grab a listen.
But I feel like this is the kind of, like, this kind of put the Rumble on the map as like, okay, this is just as important as WrestleMania.
Right. And now, at what point did it get treated as the road to WrestleMania?
1993.
Okay.
That's the year that Yoko won and earned a title shot at WrestleMania.
And then went for Brett?
Yes, sir.
All right.
That is the moment that I feel is pivotal as being the road to Mania, because this one that we're talking about now crowned a new champion. So let's get into the Rumble match itself.
The first and only time until 2016. Think about it. From a time before I was born until my senior year of high school, that shit had not been seen again.
Dude.
I know.
24 fucking years.
That's insane. And before we really get into it, do you know why the title was vacated? I know why, but I want to see if you did. Do you remember by any chance?
If I remember correctly, the Undertaker had won against Hogan at Survivor Series.
Yes.
And they stripped him on the Tuesday in Texas TV event because he cheated to win or something. I don't remember why they stripped him, but I know Jack Tunney came out and fucking stripped him of the belt.
Yes. So what had happened was, okay, so Taker, if memory serves me correctly, Taker won at Survivor Series with a tombstone pile driver to the steel chair.
Yep, because Flair slid it in the ring and pulled it back out.
And then come Texas and Tuesday, Hogan took off the lid to the urn and basically like fucking Dale from King of the Hill pocket sanded his ass with the ashes.
Yeah, he did.
And the ref didn't see it. I think he got like bumped or some bullshit. So he was down. Hogan won the belt with a roll up. And then like however long later, you know, they vacated the title and now here we are.
And this is the time that Flair came to the company as the, quote, real world's heavyweight champion.
Yeah, with the NWA and all that shit.
Took his belt with him.
Yeah, because at the time they could do that. It was in their contracts. Like there was like a 10 grand thing or something.
It wasn't just that. Flair basically put his money up for that belt.
That's what I'm saying.
Bought and paid for the belt. It's his belt.
It was like 10 grand or something.
Yeah, that's why when we look at that big motherfucker, that's why any wrestling fan will call that the Ric Flair championship belt.
Right.
That belt is so synonymous with that man. And people like Sting, Hogan, Dusty Rhodes, there has been a ton of people that have fought over that belt and held that belt. I will never not think of Ric Flair when I see that world championship.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the old school NWA 10 pounds of gold, bro.
Right.
Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair are the two guys that I think about every time I see that fucking belt.
Anytime I see like the 04-ish Undisputed, I think of Lesnar.
Yep.
You know,
he's the only person that comes to mind for that one.
Yeah. I mean, I know Eddie and all of them, but I think of Brock.
Yeah. And then here we go for a match that is going to be, for what I think is hilarious, that one time, I want to say this was a CM Punk tweet, because he responded to a fan who said, "Bring back the Spread Eagle Championship belt." And he just laughed and said, "Spread Eagle title." Because this is the famous like late 80s, early 90s championship belt that was held by everybody from Hogan to Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Austin was the last person to hold that title.
Wow.
So for that championship belt, it's to me is an iconic looking belt for the greatest Rumble match that's ever happened. Let's get into this motherfucker, dude, because right out of the gate, you got Bulldog and DiBiase starting this bitch off. And then here comes Flair at number 3.
Which, I want to say something about that. So, apparently, Heenan had pitched to Vince, hey, let Flair go all the way.
Like from number 1 all the way? Yeah.
And Vince, I don't know the direct quote, but it was essentially, that's a great idea. Put him in at number 3. I want it to be my idea.
Jesus Christ.
I swear on everything, this was written in one of their books. that happened. Vince was just such an egomaniac that he refused to go along with anybody else's idea, despite it being great.
Fucking egomania is running wild. What you gonna do, Bobby?
It's fucking wonderful.
And it is fucking hilarious because then, like, you got, and I'm not gonna say, like, oh, eliminated. But, like, there's literally, like, at the time, a who's who of motherfuckers in here. Even though at the start of this fucking program, we were kind of joking, like, why are you naming motherfuckers that ain't gonna win?
Yeah.
Even though that does ring true.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you got fucking Shawn Michaels in here. This is, like, freshly singles wrestler Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, it was, like, a couple of months. Yeah.
This is after the Rockers when he threw Jannetty through the goddamn, or this is before he throws Jannetty through the barbershop glass.
I want to say it was after, wasn't it?
I don't know. Like this is where the parts of the 90s get real fucky for me.
I'm almost positive. But people in the reviews. Okay, tell you what. 5 stars ratings if the Royal Rumble was after the breakup. 4 stars if it was before.
Ooh. That's the good one. All right, cool. But you really had like a who's who of people in here.
Yeah.
You had Shawn, obviously like Bulldog, DiBiase, and Flair. Like right out of the gate. You got Shawn Michaels. I'm obviously skipping over some people.
Yeah.
Fucking Tito Santana, who was a big star in the 80s. Like he's kind of that, and
yeah,
I hate saying this, dude, but he's kind of enhancement talent at this point now. It's such a shit like take, but he kind of is.
It's part of how the business operates.
Which cracks me up because I'll go ahead and get to this. Okay, so Shawn gets eliminated by Tito. They eliminate each other. That sets a singles match with them at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Which was, dude, the booking here.
I know. And then you got Texas Tornado, that's Kerry Von Erich. Like the Von Erich wrestling family is just iconic.
Absolutely.
You got Greg Valentine, the Hammer. You got Big Boss Man.
I always think of the fucking funeral.
Oh, him and Big Show?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What a fucking show. Oh my God. I love it.
Dude, anytime I think of Big Boss Man, I think of that or the fucking dog soup.
Can we talk about, like, just real fast, like, not to get off track completely, can we talk about how Boss Man's, like, 1990, was it 7 when he came back?
Give or take, yeah.
Can we talk, just say Attitude Era?
Yeah.
His Attitude Era run was way better than anything he ever did. Like, Ray Traylor was just, like, the best in that fucking time.
Well, whenever they even announced him for this show, I was like, holy fuck, he was around at that time period, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
Traylor was, like, the Boss Man with Akeem, dude.
Well, that's the thing, though, is, like you said, the Attitude Era version of him was the best. So, in my mind, it's like, no. He didn't even exist before that.
Right. Like, that's how good he was.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, you got Boss Man, you got fucking Roddy Piper, Jake the Snake, Jim Duggan, IRS, which, dude, okay, Bray Wyatt's fucking daddy is the tax man of the WWE.
Yeah.
But that man had so many gimmicks, like when he would bounce between companies. Like he was the collegiate guy in NWA. He was a fucking tax man here. Like, come on, dude. He was a fucking owner of a boat at one point, I think. Like they played him off as like a yacht owner, like a boat guy or some shit. You got fucking Superfly Snuka, Undertaker, Macho Man Savage. Virgil. Come on, dude.
Whenever Virgil was in there, what did they say? They said something like, imagine how long he was going through people's bags. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That was a Heenan.
Yeah.
I fucking love Bobby Heenan.
Heenan don't give a fuck, man.
He never did, man. Rick Martel, which a lot of people looked at the model Martel thing as like, man, he was kind of mid-card jobber. But like, to be very fair, Rick Martel, the wrestler, was a great wrestler.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Another one of those dudes that would make anybody look good in the ring. Sergeant Slaughter, shout out. He's following us and a whole bunch of other motherfuckers on Twitter.
Dude, that's so crazy to me.
Right. Sid Justice, like Psycho Sid,
Yeah.
Sid Vicious, you name it. Mr. I broke my fucking leg off the second rope in WCW. Ouch. Sid Udy, yeah. But you got all these motherfuckers in there. And this whole Rumble lasts for like an hour and 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Yeah, it was literally half of this pay-per-view. Which, good, because if that's what you tuned in for, you got your money's worth.
I had to laugh, though. There's a couple of spots in this that made me laugh. Was the fact that Savage came out to beat the shit out of Roberts. He fucking eliminates Jake and then jumps over the top rope because Savage always jumped over the top rope.
Yeah.
And he fucking eliminates himself and forgets that he did it. And he tries to come back in and fucking start beating the shit out of everybody.
My man's is toxic.
He fucking all hopped up on Slim Jims and shit, dude. Was about to snap into every motherfucker in that ring, dude.
I think that's why this event was so great, because it's so historically important. It was such a great match as well. But then you've also got little moments like that that's like, yep, that's the old school wrestling I remember laughing at.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like, oh my God, it's so dumb. It was great because you're just like, bro, you just threw yourself out the ring, motherfucker. And he's like, I don't care.
Yeah, like he was just in that shit, man. He was in the character, or I'm convinced that was just Randy Savage being who he was as a human being.
Just way more intense.
Yeah, just didn't give a fuck.
I think Randy Savage was always at 11, but, you know, I have to say, it is sad that he passed when he did, because I think he finally kind of found some, like, a stable ground happiness in his life, and was good.
Yeah.
But it makes me glad knowing that at least
he found peace.
Goddamn, exactly, man.
Yeah.
Fucking miss Randy Savage.
I do too.
He was, and he still is one of my favorites ever.
Yeah.
Ever to do this shit. Now, here comes the funny part. Another funny part. Fucking Sid eliminates Hogan. Okay? Now, by today's
where this is going.
By today's fucking standards. By today's standards. When a situation like this happens, because Sid and Hogan had been like teaming and all this other shit, they've been friends. But the Rumble is every man for themselves. My man done tumped his fucking red and yellow wearing ass over the top rope and was just like, it's every man for himself, brother. Hogan was probably sitting there like, that don't work for me, brother. If anybody out there actually saw the original airing of this pay-per-view, they actually re-edited the play-by-play from Monsoon, talking about how he was basically condemning Sid for doing this. Because the original broadcast, he was just basically saying that it was a fair move. So the fact that they had to go back and, like, for the Coliseum video release and just edit the goddamn commentary, dude, come on now.
Which is like,
can't make Hogan look bad now.
Dude, and that's the thing is like, at Survivor Series with Undertaker, that's where the crowd was slowly starting to kind of, I think what had happened was, it's almost the same as Cody versus Malachi Black, you know, where people were like, yeah, but Malachi's really cool. And we've seen Cody a million times. You know,
Undertaker was this exciting new character.
Yeah. It was a shiny new toy.
And let's be honest, that motherfucker made a 3-decade-long career out of that character.
Yeah.
And is still revered to this day as The Undertaker.
It's insane. First of all, the boys at WCW told him, nobody will ever pay to see you wrestle. Think about that shit.
Uh-huh.
And second, just a personal little factoid. Actually, Hulk Hogan and The Undertaker are my 2 first wrestling autographs that I ever got.
That's crazy, dude.
I know, right? Like, what a way to start.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, whether you like Hogan or not, like, that, to have memorabilia of him signed, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, like, Hogan the human being might be kind of a POS, but there's no questioning what the man was for this industry. And at that time that we're talking about here, I mean, yeah, granted, his WCW run, that was kind of like the twilight of the Hulkamania shit. But let's be fair and say that his run from like 84 to, let's go ahead and just call it 1992, that was peak Hulkamania era. That was peak Hogan.
Yeah.
until he did his heel turn, which is a whole other fucking story.
Oh, absolutely.
But by all intents and purposes, today's standards, this dick move, this ain't gonna work for me, brother. That would have been a fucking heel turn right there.
Yeah, man. Like, dude, we all would have turned at each other and been like, what the fuck?
Hogan, you fucking bitch.
And then with the crowd already turning on him, it would have made sense in storyline.
Sid was like mega over as a babyface then, too. That's the crazy part. They were kind of like not training him, but they were kind of like prepping him to be their new big fucking babyface, like Hogan babyface.
Yeah, like, dude, when you really think about it, everything that we're saying right now, like, by all intents and purposes, this should have been a heel turn, even back then.
Yeah, exactly. So they got into an argument at the side of the ring. Now, Flair is the one that tossed Sid out because like Hogan was dragging him by his arm and Flair just comes and just fucking tosses him out. Flair wins the gold.
Dude, with a tear in my eye, this is the greatest moment of my life.
Oh, fuck yes.
Dude, that's so fucking crazy, man. Like, out of all the Royal Rumbles, only 2 of them crowned the actual champion. And oh my God, like just, it's almost overwhelming to think about and talk about, you know? It's amazing though. I want to say something though. So you see this piece of paper in front of me, right?
Yes.
What does it look like from your angle?
A bunch of gibberish.
That's my handwriting, sir. Fuck you.
Oh, okay. It looks like a list.
Yes. These are the names of everybody on this event, whether it is performer, commentator, announcer, interviewer.
So personnel and talent, basically.
Yeah. If it was on camera or heard, I have the list. It's about 51 people. Of them, 19 of them are dead.
Jesus Christ.
Nearly half of everybody that we watched as of recording of this episode is gone. And just because we are recording it today, somebody's going to probably go by the time we put this episode out. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, you're probably right. And here's the weird part. When this episode drops, the 2022 Royal Rumble pay-per-view is going to be happening. And I'm not calling it a fucking premiere live event. It is a goddamn pay-per-view because that PLE bullshit is stupid.
Fuck that.
So yeah, this is to get you ready for the 2022 Rumble by going back to the past.
Yeah.
So we're not going to end it on this somber note, but who is no longer with us from this pay-per-view?
All right. Well, let's see. Like,
obviously we know like a couple of them offhand, like Owen, but
yeah, Owen. Let's see, Jimmy Neidhart, Mr. Fuji, Rowdy Piper, Earthquake, Hawk, Animal, Davey Boy, and then the rest I didn't actually do. I just did tally marks, but
it's all good, dude. It's Savage, obviously.
Yeah, Savage. It just started getting depressing after writing all of their names down. So this list is actually not even all of them.
Yeah, Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado. He's not.
Yeah.
I mean, God.
19 tally marks, though, man.
That is unfucking believable. Boss Man.
Howard Finkel. That one still hurts.
Yeah, him, Monsoon, Heenan, and Okerlund.
Dude, and how bad is it that Heenan being this wonderful voice? I know he did wrestle, but whenever I think of Bobby the Brain Heenan, I think of the announcer and all of that shit.
The greatest wrestling manager that has ever existed.
And he died of some kind of like, what was it, throat cancer or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it was cancer, but I want to say it was throat cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, God damn, dude. You know, even like Lord Alfred Hayes, dude.
Yeah.
Joey Morella, the referee, that was Monsoon's adopted son.
Mark it up to 20 then.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't do the refs.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, man. It's fucking wild. And
20.
this is 30 years ago. Jesus, man.
Well, whenever you word it like that, it's not quite as painful.
But still, dude, like, I was just having this conversation the other day about like rock stars and stuff that we grew up listening to. Like, all our heroes are about to go.
Dude, whenever like you and I's personal favorites, like the guys from Blink or Stained or him, like those are gonna fucking sting.
Yeah.
Because like, to me, I'm like, yeah, but I'm in my 20s. So like my personal favorite bands that I grew up listening to, you know, like when they were around and in their peaks, They got another 20 years left.
That's how it was when Eddie Van Halen died. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
Fair
fuck.
enough.
It was like, fuck, dude. You know,
And plus, let's be honest, some of our favorites did some fucking drugs and shit.
Right. But to not end on such a shit note.
I know, we just said that. You were like, not to end on a somber note, but blah, 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 blah. And now let's talk about more death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no, literally though, like to not end on such a shit note, of all the people, Flair and Hogan are still around, dude. Like of the people on this card, they're still around, dude.
Yeah, like, to be honest, like, okay, I hate to say this, but dude, I thought Flair was on his last breaths like a few years ago.
I did too. I really did too. Like they're trying to say that Hogan's not doing so well either. He's lost a lot of weight and shit, but like how many back surgeries has that motherfucker had?
Back surgeries and, let's be honest, steroids, you know?
Mhm.
Like I'm not speaking negatively. I fucking love Hogan. I told you last week I just bought a little shaker cup from GNC with Hulkamania on it, you know? But it's like, it goes beyond the laws of physics here.
Yeah.
How?
Right. So Flair wins the Rumble, wins the World Championship. Fucking Jack Tunney for getting the name of the goddamn pay-per-view. Stupid ass. Fucking Jack Tunney, what a dick. Next time we're going to talk about a WWF event is going to actually be the follow-up to this one, WrestleMania 8. So, you know, in honor of WrestleMania taking place usually either in March or April, this is going to be one of our April releases. So it'll be 30 years later. And we'll follow up with some of the storylines from the Royal Rumble going into WrestleMania. And next week, we're going to kick off February with a Cult Cinema Showdown. Tammy and the T-Rex versus Boltneck. So stick around for that shit.
I know of one of these.
I think you're going to enjoy it, though. That's the thing.
All right.
And I think it would be cool if we did a Valentine's release, even if it's not even on Valentine's Day. We can just lead into it. So
yeah,
I think we may have discussed this, but I think we should absolutely do this.
Okay, I'm listening.
Why don't we not wait to talk about wrestling again until this WrestleMania pay-per-view? Why don't we do the WWF St. Valentine's Day Massacre pay-per-view with McMahon and Austin in the steel cage as the main event?
I'm in.
All right, it's settled. I love it. You're just, all right, I'm in. Lest we forget the Hardcore Holly Al Snow hardcore match in that motherfucker.
God damn it.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time on that one.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and now that I got Peacock, I can actually fucking watch it on my own time. I don't have to bum your TV.
It's okay. I don't mind sharing the login info. That's how we do it in here.
I was trying to make myself look like I have fucking money by saying, oh, yeah, I got my own Peacock. And then you come in and fucking spoil that shit.
I can cut it out.
No, keep it in.
Okay.
I don't want to lie to the people. I just want to insinuate.
Okay. Visit supermediabrospodcast.com to listen to past, present, and future episodes. Visit oddpodsmedia.com to check out all the other shows on the OddPods Media Network. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Buy some fucking merchandise for fuck's sake. And leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, GoodPods, and Podchaser. In fact, on Podchaser and GoodPods, you can leave reviews for individual episodes.
Yeah. As I said earlier, 5 stars if I was right, 4 stars if he was right.
Correctamundo, sir. Follow us on all the social media handles. All that shit is in the show notes below. Scroll up, click, and just go. Everything is hyperlinked for your pleasure. Don't forget to use the 20% off Manscaped code.
Do it.
That way, you get a clean shave and you can slide into your spandex much better.
Your balls will be as smooth as our heads.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to end up like Razor Ramon's chest.
Good God. That fucking visual. Fuck.
You're welcome. Let's get on out of here, sir.
All right.
We got some motherfuckers to toss over the top rope ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all for hanging out with us today. This has been episode 209, the WWF Royal Rumble from 1992. Until next week, I've been Midnight Agent Raw.
I'm Special Delivery Dev.
Shades on.
We're off.